Hi, I'm Tom Sobczak with Fruition Partners. I'm a product manager here. Today I'm going to be talking about a solution we created for a large wireless carrier on the West Coast. They needed a call center solution. I'm going to talk a little bit about their previous solution. They had a database that was basically driven by forms, input forms from the customer service rep. These would be people coming into the wireless stores with a problem with their phone, perhaps, and they would come in here. The service rep would fill out the information. There's multiple questions, and then they would submit that form to the database. From there, this would go to the level 2 support engineers, and then they would go ahead and also fill out some more information based on the issue, and that would go back into the database. The problem here is that this was kind of an archaic system. They didn't have very many rules around data being input and things like that. So a lot of this data was inconsistent, kind of difficult to manage, and also difficult to report on because of all these inconsistencies. The other issues with this solution is that a lot of this was a manual process. So there weren't, this was email, things like that were going back and forth with attachments between the engineers. So a lot of the data was, again, very hard to report on because it was through emails and inconsistency in the data. So we came up with a solution for this customer that of course used ServiceNow. So using ServiceNow as the base here, what we did was built a call center application for them that basically leveraged some of the internal modules of ServiceNow. So there's email, there's service level agreements, there's workflow, and there's reporting. And these were all the areas that needed help from their current application. So what we did was, in this solution, we improved the intake. So as the users of the system got in there, they would, again, put in these forms. These forms were streamlined. They were also formatted in such a way so that we had default values, things like that, so that you weren't creating free-form text. And that's very important because they needed accurate reporting. Secondly, we integrated workflow so that the communications between the tickets and the second-level engineers was seamless. So this was all automated. And because of that, we were able to track SLA, so we can look at an incident, or we can look at a ticket rather, and figure out what was really happening, how long it was taken, how long it took to complete that ticket. And then emails again for notifications. The other cool thing that we did was we built a cloud integration to Google. And what that did was, when this ticket was created, we had two cross street sections, Main Street and 3rd. And with those coordinates, we were able to hit Google Maps and actually plot these locations on this Google map. So level 2 engineers, when they were looking at the incidents or the tickets, they were able to see, oh, we're having a cluster of problems in a certain area. So that also helped them troubleshoot to figure out if its cell tower was down, things of that nature. So that was an interesting integration there as well. The customer service reps that enter these tickets to start we're also having issues with kind of communicating what they needed to troubleshoot for these phones and these handsets. So what we did was we also tied these tickets through a wizard type interface where we asked them very specific questions in order that kind of guided them through which questions to ask the customer and also helped them fill out the ticket. We also integrated into the knowledge base, and the knowledge base was able to pull specific information about phone handsets. So driven by the handset model in the ticket, we were able to pull up knowledge base articles that kind of also further drove the customer service rep into answering questions about, is the phone rebooted? Have you tried this? Does it have the newest software? Those types of things. So that was an interesting integration as well. So what were the overall benefits of this solution? Well, there are several. First, we improved mean time to resolution. So the time from the first ticket is entered to the completion of the ticket or the closing of the ticket was drastically reduced. The second thing was reporting was improved. Now we're able to report on handsets, locations, really drill down into the different areas of information that the management wanted to see for improved customer service. Secondly, we had LDAP integration, so there wasn't various methods to access the system, or you didn't have to manually enter accounts. It was all integrated with LDAP. And then lastly, just overall customer satisfaction was improved by the system. For more information on how Fruition Partners can help you elevate service management to the cloud, visit our website or give us a call.